going to spin my camera around here a little bit so that we can all be a family. You're going to have to forgive my dress tonight. I'm in a t-shirt.
So am I.
Well, you know, it's a little different tonight. I found out this morning I lost my uncle, my favorite uncle.
Oh, so
And so
sorry.
it's been one of those days where I've been talking to people on the phone and carrying on. All right, so hi. All right, so let's do our breathing and then we'll get on with our workshop. Welcome everyone. Hello, Kim, Seth, Sheehan, Bianca. I love you. All right, so the breathing exercise, as we always do to help us get closer to our creator, the universe, connecting with our energy paths. Hold your hands together in an affirmation posture. If you're standing, have your legs slightly apart. If you're sitting, have your knees slightly apart. As you push your hands upward, blow all the air. As you're going up, breathing in, fill your lungs with air. When you get to the peak, open your hands, start blowing out and blow all the air out of your lungs on the down apex as you're coming down, 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 down. Start filling your air into your lungs again. As you're doing this, consider where you are in your vision of your vision board, where you're going to be, what you're going to be seeing and living when you affirm the place that you are as a wise and knowing human, connected in your omnipotence with the responsibility and accountability that comes with the Hope formula and realizing your essence. Close your eyes and see where that place is. For me, standing on a cliff overlooking the Hope Institute with all the knowledgeable and wise human beings gathering. Their spirits all connected, affirming that they are wise and knowledgeable humans, contributing to the value of existence. One tribe in the likeness of our Creator. Breathe in and blow. Oh my. We're expelling all the negative energy from the last week. Oh. is so powerful, so wonderful. Do you feel it? Right as soon as I began connecting with you guys, I felt touched. Is there anything someone wants to say? I feel like there might be something to say. Is it me or you? Go ahead, Seth.
Speak what's on your heart.
I can't hear you.
Speak what's on your heart.
Okay. I want to thank everyone for contributing in both your purse and your pulse and your pure love. Thank you. Okay.
Rick, can I bug you for just a second?
Please do.
How come you look headless to us?
Do I?
There we go.
Sorry about that, Chief. Was my head gone, really?
Totally. We were seeing you from the neck down.
Wow.
You must have really been out there somewhere.
Yeah. I have been flying a lot lately, by the way.
I believe you.
In my dream state, I've been taking flight quite a bit. Been pretty incredible. Many of you don't know this. Sheehan knows it, but many of you don't know that I do take flight quite often. And it's a pretty incredible thing that when you can just be laying down and in a dream state and take a few bounces and take off. Not many people can do that. I thought everybody could do it in their sleep, but I found most people cannot. And so I find that to be a very great gift that God granted me, to be able to just fly around and go visit and hang out and do things. Okay. So we have come through most of the book. It's been quite a journey for many of us. I have been feeling quite blessed with you guys in going through it again, as I've gone through it so many times. But something that I have learned in this is that every time that I read what I wrote, I'm awakened again. And that's pretty amazing, that you go back and you read the things that you've written and you're surprised by a great degree in what you wrote. That you sometimes wonder how that came to be. And you have to understand that it came from your connection with your Creator. And that's your omnipotence at work, correct? So I hope that everyone has actually read my work. I want to believe that you have. I do believe that you have. Does anyone have any questions about what they've read? Go to the chat or go to the microphone and throw questions at me if you have any, before I get into what I got to talk about tonight. Okay. So has anyone worked on your essence statement? Does anyone have any idea about quantum integration? Do you have any clue about what quantum might be? I'm not going to get into physics here.
Artificial intelligence.
Say again, Seth?
The beginning part of artificial intelligence.
I can't hear you, dude.
Artificial. I'm gonna have to call in from my phone. My computer.
Okay, yeah, do that because I don't want to miss what you're saying because I saw Sheenn's face take on a surprised thought there, and I think you might have said something profound that I couldn't hear.
He was linking it to artificial intelligence.
Okay, now we definitely want to hear about that.
So you can hear me, Cheyenne, but you can't.
It's very hard to hear you, Seth. I can just barely hear you.
Yeah, please call in. We'll wait for you. We're not going to
Hold
try.
on, let me try that. That better?
Yeah.
Okay. Problems with the headphones. Every time I've ever seen anything having to do with quantum physics, is something leading up to artificial intelligence, which is something that I've seen that's predicted to be taking place within the next 5 years. We're about to become an all digital world. We have been an all digital world for a long time now. It's just been so slowly happening that people haven't seen it take place as much as it has. Okay, the only reason that I'm able to see it the way I did was because I spent some of that time in prison. Time stopped for me when I was locked up. I came out to the change already being done.
Okay.
So I didn't go with the slow mainstream of society. I went in with us not being any kind of digital, just broadband, slow internet, big computer with a tower that takes up an entire desk, and come out to smartphones, tablets, laptops, all that stuff, and everybody's doing everything on the internet, shopping. All it's like I came out to a whole new world.
I bet you did, yeah. All right. So basically, to put something out there that's really far-fetched is that you can be in two places at one time. In the quantum field, you can have a presence in one place and in the other, and also be in another place. So just let that be. Just let that be. Don't try to work your brain over it. So I'm going to read tonight, and so if you can believe that infinity is forever, right? There is no end. And so the vastness of our existence is so huge that there is no end. So now that you have a clear understanding of the hope formula and how honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence work to form your life, it's time for you to begin programming your own belief code into your subconscious mind to bring it all together for using hope. In the chapter on openness, which I also call omnipotence, I spoke to you about belief systems and how they're used to mold the outcome of your life. Now here's where the rubber meets the road. I like to refer to this point in your journey as a quantum integration. You'll now take the information you've created, use your belief in that information, and mold a message to be sent to the infinite universe of possibility and resonate your thoughts at the proper frequency to receive the return on the investment of your time in creating your hope in such a way that it will be fulfilled. Excuse me, I'm having a problem here. It's been a rough couple of days for me, so you're just going to have to bear with me. I lost my uncle, had my septic system back up, a tree fell down in the yard, and I've been working my little body pretty hard.
You already stepped up to my speed.
Yeah.
We don't need this kind of competition between you two.
No, it's okay. I've got my amulet, I've got my water, and I've got my minerals.
There you go.
You guys know about the law of attraction. If you don't, I'm doing this all the time now, right? What I consider what I do for full-time work is a side thing now for me. Don't tell anybody. The hope is my thing. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning now and I work on hope. I work on hope until 8:30 when I've got to come down here and go to do my gig over here with the FEMA. At lunchtime, I work on hope. Before dinner, I work on hope until I go to bed. There's my deal for you. This is my quantum now. The reason I say that, yeah, I know, Sheehan. The reason I say that is because it's time for integration. It's time for my many days to become my days. So for the remainder of our time together in this particular journey before we start again, I want you to think of the universe as a supercomputer. Our creator is the universal programmer. Yourself is the computer networked with all other computers and the universal supercomputer. So Seth, you're dead on when you're talking about, when you're thinking about artificial intelligence, but there ain't nothing artificial about it. It's very real. Realize that what you program into it will cause a reaction, and it can either be positive or negative. Remember that what I told you about energy, vibration, and resonance, and we have not touched enough on it because you take a long time to understand this stuff about resonance and vibration and frequencies. But I urge you to read and research as much as you can about it. Get books as many as you can about that and read about it. Or just continue to talk to me and learn about it from me. I will continue to teach as much as I can about it in the chapter on omnipotence. But now you have to program your system to vibrate at its highest possible frequency in order to receive the creation of your reality. This is how miracles and life-changing events come about. In his book, The Spontaneous Healing of Belief, and I urge you, if there's nobody else that you read Greg Braden. I promise you that if you are a Christian and you read Greg Braden, you're going to be even stronger in your Christian beliefs. He's a scientific Christian. Does that blow your mind if you're a Christian? Belief Code 31 has 31 belief codes that are keys to the formulation and programming of your belief system. His book has been so powerful in my ability to understand and reprogram my beliefs that I highly recommend you get his book and take the time to read it, absorb the priceless information he provides. It, along with other writings and teachings, changed my life. I have included 2 of the codes here for your purpose of integration. If you haven't read them, I'm going to read them right here. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Number 30. To change our beliefs through logic of our minds, We must convince ourselves of a new possibility through inarguable facts that lead to an inescapable conclusion. 31. The power of a miracle is that we don't have to understand why it works. We must, however, be willing to accept what it brings to our lives. Now let's take a look at number 30 and focus on how that works. To change our beliefs through logic of our minds, we must convince ourselves of a new possibility through the inarguable facts that lead to an inescapable conclusion. I chose number 30 because it's my belief that if you can master this one, you will experience things in your life that will meet the definition of number 31. And everything I've been writing about in the book, there's one common thread to all four pieces of our puzzle. That one thread is belief, y'all. If you can conceive it and believe it, you will receive what you need to achieve it. That's a very simple statement that Kevin Trudeau was teaching to us throughout his Global Information Network teachings to us. Throughout our work together, you've been programming your belief system. That's what you've been doing. From the time you look at yourself in the mirror and start looking yourself in the eyes and doing your assessments, understanding how the omnipotence works with God as your creator, trying to unleash your pure love so that people can love you and you love them back, trying to understand what your essence is. All of that is programming your belief system. You should now be ready to achieve your complete hope formula because you have this subconscious belief. Some call it faith. I call it hope. That's what I mean when I talk about quantum integration. Because, I got to sit down. We were created in the image of God. We were granted the power of omnipotent creation to do as God did within the power of what we were created to do. When we can accept that belief and accept the responsibility and the accountability that comes with that power to create, then we have reached the essence of our humanity and we can solve the world's problems. Does that make sense to you? This is why we have to reprogram our belief systems to accept that very core ingredient in our DNA. More and more, our science is proving that our spirituality is part of our scientific makeup and our DNA. That God is part of our DNA and our carbon makeup. It is not just a metaphor that we were created in God's image. It is fact that we are the very substance of God and that God wants us to be like him. That in our very thought process, we are to believe in that. There are powers that have tried to stop us from our belief systems being in that vein. I'm sorry, I got grease in my hand. Messing with this chair. So when you affirm in the affirmation journal that you have, and you can constantly reaffirm what it is that you're here to do, you will do it. As I have said over and over again, I have realized and re-realized because of my ability to be trained and to realize my mistakes and admit my mistakes in my life, I've been able to understand that these things are true. I'm not ignorant enough, and I don't have an ego. I learned through my mentors that my ego gets in my way, so therefore I'm able to realize my mistakes without my ego getting in my way. And I know that I'm at where I'm at geographically because of affirmations that I did in the past. I experience things that I'm experiencing right now because I set out affirmations years ago, and the universe aligned itself to be where I am right now. Good or bad, I have to accept that as reality. I also have to understand that the actions of those who raised me, through their actions and their affirmations, or their misunderstanding of their subconscious belief systems, put me where I am today, or had put me where I was until I changed things back in my childhood. That I had to realize those facts and those realizations, those truths, to honestly assess, to change my direction and be able to come to you today to be where I am today. So until we can do these things and then reprogram our belief systems through quantum integration, only then will we be able to change our lives and go into another direction to get where we really, really need to be with our essence. This is why it's so important that we go through these elementary steps in our universal laws that are so simple to understand, or at least to know of, and then it's so difficult to realign to because we've been trained to have all these other weird, strange belief systems and instilled in us that we've been indoctrinated to over millennia. So this is why I say to you that you have to get to where you're resonating at your highest frequency. You may not be, if you're not, we've only been together, what, 6 weeks now? Some of us have only been together for 6 weeks. You only know me about 6 weeks. It's going to take time. Don't give up. Don't fret. Don't fear what you're feeling. Keep going. So when I say this thing about the quantum field, the quantum integration, it's time for you to start really understanding that the reprogramming that you're going through right now is setting you up for this. Let me show you. This right here, see if I can do this without jarring my camera too much. See this right here? See if it's going to focus. There we go. This right here is a vision board. It's one of the many tools that we can use to tell the universe where we're going to be. This is one of the things we can use as a visual affirmation to tell the universe, to tell God, this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. So that the universe will align, set the energies in motion to put you where you need to be. This one is for the Hope Institute. This one is the vision board for Rick. It's pretty simple. It shows me right here. I'm on a cliff overlooking my institute. It shows the core concept right here. It shows what it might look like when it's built. There's a farmhouse. There's some bunkhouses. There's might be the teaching facility right there. There's a solar powered farmhouse right there with cows and solar panels. There's a kitchen right here for feeding people, homeless and families. There's an aquaculture lakes right there for raising fish. There's the apprenticeship school right there, teaching kids and families how to make a living. There's families that might be there to raise it and work it. There is a community dining area right there for feeding people, homeless people and others that are gonna come there for get some food, right? There's the tree-lined road getting to it. And it's projectified. So there's a power word. Projectified. It's not gonna happen without it being printed. You know who that is right there? Buckminster Fuller and the Dome Spiritual Center. So that should tell you a whole lot about where my vision is, right? So that's an affirmation. Very positive message. It's not done by any shape of the imagination, but it's there. And it's a statement. And it's going out to the quantum field because I'm resonating with it. I'm resonating with you with it. When we vibrate together, when we breathe, when we connect with the universe and with God through our frequencies, through our prayers, if you want to use that word, through our affirming, when we do those things together, we connect. Do you get it? I'm out of focus, I realize. I'm thinking it's going to focus back in a minute. So, any questions? Somebody's talking. Hi, Bianca. Any questions?
Is there any specific reading you would recommend on the quantum physics?
There's several. Like I said, Greg Braden talks a lot about quantum healing of belief. He calls it, I think he calls it he doesn't call it the metrics, he calls it the, what does he call it? He calls it he calls it something else, the field, I think he calls it. There's a lot of different names for it, the field. Come on, camera. It's not fair. There we go. There's different names for what we call the field or the quantum. But Greg Braden's one of them. I got a couple of books over here on the quantum.
Have you ever heard of Christoph Scheller? He does Christoph Scheller with Motion Mountain. He has several free PDFs online, but I didn't know if you had checked those out, if that was something that would, because I think if a person can actually understand the science of it, it would actually make sense to them in their mind to be able to explore the possibility. Where a lot of times when a person hears it for the first time, they don't understand because they don't know that it's true science. I mean, it really is.
Oh, yeah.
But if they could read and understand the science of quantum, it's a whole lot easier to accept it.
This little book right here Quantum Physics
Yeah.
by John Gribben. Really, it's such a simple little read that that can just explain it to it in such an easy way. It's only like 50 pages long. That just goes. It really just simplifies the whole thing. I've got several books on it. I've been studying it for a while, trying to get my head around it. So I would recommend that one. John Gribben is his name.
Can you write those down in the chat for us so that we would have them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry, and I had the chat closed there for a minute. Let me see what I've got here. Okay, so Bianca says, focused intention is a request, but if there is a God, he will only grant it if he agrees. Let's see what else she says. The Bible says a lot of what is in the Bible, Neothink teaches too. You can teach Neothink from the Bible. Christian means little Christ. The Bible says these and even greater things shall you do. Absolutely. Yeah, Bianca, I think that I still read the Bible. I've got it sitting right over there. There's also other things that I read too that are along the idea of Christianity. I think that I think all of us that have been through Neothink, I think, Darlene's trying to come in. The things that Christ was trying to teach us were so powerful and so real and so true, with pure love and the purest of love, perfect love. And then his teachings were manipulated by the powerful elite who wanted to control what he was saying, to manipulate people's minds and to oppress them and to tyrannize them and that kind of thing. So I think a lot of people are what we would call ex-Christians, just by the idea of the formal church being the corrupt establishment that it became, and particularly Catholicism. And I get berated a lot by saying what I just said. But when you consider what has been happening with the Catholic Church over the last 50 or 100 years, and even longer, I mean, they have been harming humans for so long, it's not even arguable anymore, since it's been made so public over the last few years, that there's no question any longer that the entire organization is corrupt, and they've been corrupt since time began with the whole organization. But we don't have to have that discussion here tonight. I don't want to get into that, but the Christian idea is profound, and the idea of just living by what Christ was saying in a very real sense. And if you look at the things that were actually quoted from Jesus, and if you only listen to what were quoted from Jesus, then it's a whole different understanding of what those contexts are. And when Jesus says, you can walk on water too, you can walk on water too. If I can get into a dream state and fly the way I do, I don't think there's any doubt that if we really, really, really want to, we can walk on water.
Astral projection.
Absolutely, astral projection. Look, man, that is so real for me when I'm in that dream state, that I know that I can still fall if I'm not careful. I have been sitting on chimneys wondering if I should really take that leap, because I could still have a doubt and fall.
fall back in
If I do it right, I can still fly. So there is a technique. And if you don't use the technique properly, you will still fall and break your neck. That's how real it is. So I believe in miracles, guys. I believe in the miracle of humanity, created in the eye of our designer. We call him God. And it doesn't matter to me, honestly, what you call this creator. It doesn't matter. Because here's the thing when I talk about the quantum, okay? And we can get into some deep conversations about this. And we can talk about it however you want to talk about it. But there's going to come a day when someone on this planet is going to push a button and create a universe. And that's as far as I'm going to take that conversation right at this particular moment. But I don't think you need to really doubt what I just said, except to just contemplate that for a minute. And I don't think you can really doubt what I just said. We are omnipotent. We have within our ability, very shortly, to be able to be creators of a universe. And I think there's been people before us who have pushed a button and created a universe. We're in the process of cloning human beings right now. As dumb as that may be in some people's minds, we're doing it. We're playing with T cells and we're playing with stem cells and we're playing with this, we're playing with that, and people think we're dumb for doing it. We've got mentors of ours, she and I, who think they're going to be immortal. They really believe that. I'm not going to name their names, but there's some of us on this call, I think. Now, I know there's at least 2 more people on this call who believe they know who this person is, who thinks they're going to be immortal. So there you go. So anyway, enough of that. We are creators in our own right, and we are very powerful human beings. We love and honor our creator. We want to be like our creator. We want to abide by the universal laws that we were created within to live within. And if we can find our way to get back to those universal laws of honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence, then we will solve the problems of our planet. I don't think anyone would argue with that. I may be full of crap, but I don't think so. So listen, y'all, you know, you're in your workbook, right? And I hope that you are taking the time to do your exercises. And thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. What exactly is the essence statement? Our mission in life? Yes. I was asked that question. What exactly is the essence statement? Is it your mission in life? I believe so, yes. Now, let me go over here to the workbook real quick. Let's talk about that for a minute. We've been, and Bianca, I know you're a little late to the party here, and we're going to start again in probably another, Seth, what do you think? You're close to the end of this particular session, you too, Sheehan. And I don't know that you guys are ready to write your essence statement. I think Sheehan's probably already got her. Shoot, what am I talking about? But Seth, I don't know that you're ready for your essence statement yet.
I'm going to do it twice.
What you said?
I'm going to do it twice. I do everything 2 times.
We'll do it twice. Okay, so when do you guys want, when do you think I should start this again? Here's what I want to do. I want you guys to invite at least one more person to start this workshop with me again. Could y'all do that?
Yes.
You fine? Can each of you find one person to start a new set of workshops with me? No cost.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm not going to charge anybody. They can donate if they want. That would be nice.
I was going to say donations accepted.
Donations are definitely accepted. Yeah. You know what? I'm working my little tail off right now trying to get some fundraising going on in the background just in case y'all need to know. Just in case y'all didn't know it. So anyway, go back here real quick. We're getting ready to wrap up. We've been here almost an hour. Okay, so yes, your essence statement is your mission statement for your life, but there's more to it than it just being a mission statement, Bianca, because to talk a little bit more about it, and you were on here last week, so you're going to develop several things here to go into that essence statement. Your essence vision is a compilation of the last 4 weeks of work, 5 weeks of work, actually. So you've gone through and you've looked in the mirror, you've honestly assessed where you're at, you've looked into your soul through your eyes, and you've honestly assessed where you got to, where you've been, where you are, where you're going to go, and what got you here. Then you've opened your heart to God, and you've accepted your omnipotence and your responsibility and accountability that goes with that, and realized that that's a big thing. Once we do that and we accept that responsibility and accountability, you're in trouble. And the trouble is the fact that now you've got to accept that responsibility and accountability, and you have no choice anymore but to do that, right? And that's a little frightening for some. I know it's pretty frightening for me even now to think about when we look around us and we see what's going on. Oh my God, we see what's going on in our country right now. That is a frightening damn thing because nobody's accepting the responsibility and the accountability for what they're doing. Do y'all agree with that? These people are.
Nobody even really knows what's really going on. Everybody's watching the smoke screen.
So, and then we realize that we have pure love that was given to us as well. That is so key in us being able to find our essence in life. We are not going to be given our essence until we understand pure love in our hearts. And so once you do those three things and you start realizing over time how important those three universal laws are, and then your essence starts to unfold like a rose in the sunshine. And so once that starts happening, and then you're supposed to be documenting this stuff as you're going. And so once you start documenting stuff as you're going, then it's time for you to start taking down the notes that we're going to turn into your essence vision. So then your essence vision becomes exactly that, your essence vision. And I think I've read mine to you. I'm not going to read it to you again tonight. I don't want to bore you with my essence vision. But you develop your own essence vision, you write that down. And so then once you have your essence vision, now comes the really cool work that you've got to now develop your product, right? So we developed a vision board tonight. I know I'm not even going to ask y'all if you did your vision board because I don't want to hear y'all tell me no. See, I know some of y'all ain't ready for this. I know that you've either already done it or you're just not ready to do a vision board, and that's okay. It's all right. It's all cool. It ain't hard. It ain't hard to do. I mean, most of you kind of know that you'd like to be in front of a crowd of people, or you'd like to be in a room full of people coaching people, or you'd like to just be with your lover on a beach with your kids, or you'd like to be wherever the hell, I don't know, whatever you'd like to be doing, it's your vision, but you ought to start really thinking, because here's the thing, until you start really, really thinking about it, it's not going to be there. If you're brain dead, you're going to stay brain dead. And I'm sorry to put it that way, but a lot of people are brain dead. Those people that are marching in the streets, they don't know what they want. They don't have a freaking clue what they want. They just know they're mad. That's all they know. All they know is that it's all about them and they don't know what they want. They don't care what they want. They're just mad at somebody. They probably don't even know who they're mad at. President Trump is nothing but a punching bag. You know, they don't know why they're mad at President Trump. They're tearing down things that don't even need to be torn down. They're just tearing them down. So they're brain dead. They're emotionally, spiritually, morally, humanly dead. And they're just mad. And you walk into that crowd and you try to say, I love you, and they're going to knock you in the head because they don't believe it. There's a great gnashing of teeth. Great gnashing of teeth. Somebody said that. I think it was the Bible. Right? They said there's going to be a great gnashing of teeth toward the end times. Anyway, so now it's time, as you're going through this, Bianca, and others, you know what your essence is, so you build your essence vision, and then you go and you build, and that's going to show you the 50,000-foot level of what it is going to be like. And then you get into the hard work, which is the fun work, but it's hard work. You do your vision statement. And then upstairs in my other office, which is where my wife works every day, I've got all these goals and objectives on this whiteboard up there that I've been working on for 2 years on and off. Give away books. I've been giving away my books for a long time. Books and workbooks. I was driving for Uber. I must have given away a couple of 100 books and workbooks to people to get in my Uber ride. They're all over Washington, D.C. Trying to do fundraising, which I'm not very good at, but I'm focused on that now. Now I've got fundraising going. I've been going out, I did some school things, reached out to schools. I went and did some school teachings, which was, oh my God. You ever been in a room full of 13-year-old kids trying to teach them about hope? Oh my God. Anyway, I did it. It was a trip, man. But anyway, so you got to do these things. Now you got to do your goals and objectives and your strategic plan. But first you got to develop you. That's the hard work, guys. You got to develop you. Now here's what I want to offer you, I guess. I will work with you one-on-one. Sheenn's working with you one-on-one. Sheenn's on the road working with you one-on-one. My goodness. She's right there in your face, Seth. In your face, dude.
Not anymore.
Who's that?
Not anymore.
So take advantage of her. Let her be your mentor. I'm not there. I'll be here. You can call me. We can talk. I want to be your teacher. I'm here for you, Seth. Bianca, Darlene, I see you joined us. Kim, I'm here for you. Call me, send me emails. We can do one-on-one with you, and when I can. Of course, like I do, I got to work for FEMA right now. I'm still working that. I'm not free all the time, but I'll do what I can. Here's what I want to do when you guys are ready. But I'm not going to do this till you're ready, okay? But I'll keep working with you all you want. I want to hear from you guys. Who's ready to build themselves into a product? Anybody?
You're ready. Say that again. Who's ready? What?
To build yourself into a product.
Oh, yeah.
Or are you ready to start over at chapter 1 again? It's got to be one of the two. You're either ready to start building a product of yourself, or you want to go through and start again to start digging in some more into chapter 1 and keep going and go through it again.
I'm going through it again regardless,
Okay.
if that's okay.
No, it's perfectly fine. Here's what I would like, and so is it unanimous? Does everybody want to start over again? Yeah? Okay, I don't hear any nays. Oh, I got thunder. She and I know that you are with me and I love you. And you can come all you want. I know that at some point you're going to have things you've got to do. You hear me all the time. You've been with me from the very beginning. So whenever you want to do whatever you want to do, you know, I appreciate you. I love you.
Love you
I
too.
want you guys to promise me that you're going to bring other people to start doing this with me. We need to build this thing up a little bit more. Okay? So let's bring some more people. Next week we will start over.
Yes.
Okay? All right. That's what we're going to do. Next Tuesday, we start again at chapter 1.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Well, hopefully, I mean, I won't be missing, I won't be cutting in and out, leaving, take people to work and all that. Now my Tuesday evenings are free and I won't be missing anything. And some of it wasn't recorded on a couple of nights, and it was recorded, but recorded late, and so it's just better if can be a part and can participate, when it's going on, rather than trying to catch up.
All right. Well, we'll start again next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. I'll send out the invitation to everybody again that's been on this thing. We'll start over, and I can do, I think, up to 100 people on this thing. I pay for this, so I can do, I believe it's up to 100 people at a time on this thing. So we got plenty of room.
Well, I already invited Ann for Tuesday nights, and I did talk to someone else today.
Okay.
Whenever Cheyenne had told me that you were going to do it again, I talked to a couple of people today about doing it.
Okay. Okay. If anybody else wants to share anything on chat, go ahead and do that now before I close up for the night. Let's see, who is this is writing here? This is Bianca. Very studied in the Bible. Learning to be equals. Mission is to leave the world a better place than when I came in it. You've known that since you were 8 years old. That's pretty powerful. Yes, Bianca, the law of attraction can do that. I love you, girl. Okay. I think maybe we'll play that song next week. Michael Jackson song. What's the name of it?
Man in the Mirror.
The Man in the Mirror. All right, y'all. I love you. Have a good weekend or good week. And livinghopeinstitute.org is the nonprofit public charity, right? livinghopeinstitute.com is the business arm of the Living Hope Institute. On there is another blog. On there is GoFounders. On there is Longevity. And on there is going to be, I believe, my business partners, Triangle Solutions Alliance and others who are going to, I got to figure out how I'm going to do it yet, but I want all of my alliance people to be on there. Marshall with comedy. Haven't quite figured out all the ins and outs of that yet. I'm still going through some coaching with that networking stuff, and Shane's helping me a little bit with that with her website. I'm looking at that. So I'm just letting you know that I am doing some business alliance stuff on that to try to get the income coming, because this is not, we can't do this without money. We can't get away from economics in this stuff, y'all. We got to figure out how we're going to build coaches in Hope. We got to help Sheehan do her thing. We got to help me do my thing. We got to help you guys do your things in order for us to make livings doing the things we love to do. I was listening to the president on the TV today, and they talking about another unemployment incentive dooflitchy thing, where if you're unemployed, I just realized something this morning. I was sitting there, I told my wife, I said, damn, I think that'll lay me off. Because damn, if they laid me off, I'd be making just about as much money as I'm making working with this bonus incentive they give you. Frickin' socialists. No, I don't want that at all, God. Don't even think that's anything I'm putting out there as an affirmation.
Cancel.
Cancel, right? Yeah, button, delete. But that's a problem. That's a problem we're facing right now, right? Because these fools are giving away fake money. They're hitting the print button, right? And people think that's free money, but for those of us that have any kind of a half a mind, half a brain, are going to realize that you and me that actually work for a living, that actually write that check to Uncle Sam every time we get paid, that goes into their treasury coffers. That's the money that's paying for these here incentives that are going out to people. That money's got to come from somewhere. And so, somebody's got to pay that debt sometime down the road. And so they need to quit acting like a fool. And, I don't know, they're not going to quit acting like a fool. So it's up to us. Anyway, enough of that. Love you guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. Love you. Have a good night.
Love you, Rick.
Love you. Bye.
Good night.